Today we're in the main hall, if you want to call it that, or square of the mission here in San Juan, which has been around since 1776. And it's important to us because San Juan and the missionaries who were here are actually the planters of the very first successful vineyard in California. In fact, it was probably about 100 yards in that direction. By all records, San Juan is the birthplace of wine in California. Couldn't be a better location for us.
We are walking on what used to be a common sight in Orange County, a vineyard. Napa and Sonoma might be the current big boys, but here in little old San Juan Capistrano, she is the mother and birthplace of winemaking in California. Lucky for me, I was asked to consult for this estate, and although it's small, the thought of producing quality wine from these neglected vines seems like an overwhelming task.
That's Kyle.
This is my boss. He's from Laguna Beach. He has a lot of good business sense, but I think that's why he's glued to his phone.
So I spent 28 years in finance, mostly in the mortgage business. I used to here in Orange County, San Diego, cross country, and I was doing really well until 2008 when the whole financial crisis hit, and frankly, jobs like mine kind of went away, and or we were all competing for the same one. So I took that as an opportunity to go out and do something else, something a little bit more passionate about. So it wasn't too long after we opened that we realized that we needed to bring in a more traditionally experienced winemaker. And we had a couple at the bar one day who mentioned their daughter was a winemaker who went to school in San Luis Obispo, was currently in Australia making wine, and had been in New Zealand, I believe, before that. And she was coming back, and she was looking for a local job, and had a chance to sit down with Kylie. And I saw this tall, strong, experienced, blonde-haired, blue-eyed surfing winemaker. And I said, she'd be perfect with our brand.
Should we pick? Yeah. We're here at a mansion house in San Juan Capistrano on the top of the hill here that overlooks the mission and the ocean. The new owners haven't been able to water because they had a water leak. And so I'm just checking out the grapes and looking. They're kind of in poor condition, unfortunately, but we think that we can salvage some of the grapes and make some wine just for fun and to do it maybe for next year. Maybe they'll fix their water leak, and I don't know, we're having fun.
She brings a unique presence along with the winemaking capabilities. And now we have, not only is she making wine here locally, but she's dealing with winemakers up and down the coast from Washington to Napa to Paso Robles, and trying to keep the cellars full.
A study released by Wine America measured the economic impact of the wine industry nationwide and found that it generated close to $220 billion last year. In the same year, wine sales alone in the United States equaled $62.7 billion. 66% of those sales were from California wines.
When we opened up, we had been making wine for a couple of years, and we figured we had enough wine to last us the first year or two easy. And things just blew up on us. We started selling more wine than we ever dreamed of, and frankly, we had to get creative. We created some partnerships with some other wineries and vineyards to help us supply what we're bringing in.
When I first started working for the winery, I was able to make most of what we sold myself. 4 years later, I can hardly keep up with the demand. My job has recently evolved. Now I work with the best winemakers on the West Coast to bring the finest wines here to South Orange County. Currently, we produce 7,000 cases of wine a year, and at this rate, we are the fastest growing winery in Orange County. For me, winemaking is not only science and an art form. It's about enjoying, loving, and living life by the land to honor the land. It's philosophy. It's like making music. At its core, winemaking not only expresses the land in which it's from, it's an expression of the winemaker, his or herself. It's poetry. Whether I'm searching for wines up in Paso Robles or making it here, it's my personal goal to be the best winemaker I can. Join us as we travel up and down the West Coast in search of our next great wine and work to keep our cellars full.